Yeah, that went well. Hey guys, so one thing I love to do when I'm feeling a little antsy or wanting to like go shop or spend money or do things that are not necessarily good for our budget or our goals is I try and find a project at home that I can work on without spending any money that doesn't take too much time. So I'm feeling that way tonight. It's 5:30, I just got home from work. And so tonight I figured I would go through a couple shelves in our pantry and work on organizing them. So let's do this. Alright, so here is the state of the bottom half of our pantry right now. Our pantry is usually pretty organized, but honestly every couple months it just gets this way. So I thought I would go ahead and go through and work on organizing some of these shelves. And I need to pull out some of the things that we are not eating or using or want to eat and figure out what I'm going to do with them. So in particular, I need to address this bottom shelf, but then there's a lot of just kind of mix matched snacks throughout the rest of the pantry. So I do have a few containers that I can use to store things in and a couple different baskets that I pulled from the other areas of the house. So we're going to go ahead and tackle this. Alright guys, throughout the video, I go systematically throughout our pantry, kind of shelf by shelf, and I also go by each basket. So as I pull out a basket, I will go through the things that are in that basket and decide what's being kept, what's being tossed, what we need to donate, etc., and then I'll move on to the next basket. And that just helps me to keep things organized and running smoothly without ending up with a huge mess everywhere. So that's the system I like to use, and you'll also see that Kiki and Elias are with me throughout the video. I really like to have Elias with me when I'm working on these kinds of projects because not only is he exposed to this kind of work, but then he also just gets extra time with me, so it's not something that I feel like I have to do in my downtime or alone time, but I include him in the process. Alright guys, so this is the main thing that I wanted to tackle. This is our candy box. And my husband laughed. And honestly, there have been times in the past where we have used this a lot. We've gone through this candy a ton, but now that we are doing Weight Watchers, we literally never reach for this. So we just end up getting things, like if we're going to the movies, we'll buy a couple things of candy and put them in here, and then we never like come back to them. And we have now the Smart Sweets, so we really like those because they're low in points and they're no sugar. So I'm gonna go through this and be pretty merciless and get rid of whatever I think needs to be gotten rid of. Let's do this. All right, the basket is empty. So these are the things that we're gonna hang on to. These my husband said he's gonna give to his sister. This is an unopened pack of Mike and Ike's. It's perfect if we go to the movies. We have a couple bags of M&Ms. I actually do still eat some of these at night when I really want a little snack, a little chocolate treat. These Haribo gummy bears are just so good. I can't give them up, so I'm gonna keep those. This is unopened and they're not expired, I don't think. Let me double check. Yeah, I think it expires in January, so we'll hang on to those. If we don't eat them in the next month or so, then they'll get tossed too. And then these guys are so good. These I get at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can get them other places, but that's where I usually buy them just because they have them right at the register, which is total temptation. And then I have a couple of these Lily's chocolate bars also. And these are pretty good. I mean, all chocolate is pretty high in points, honestly. So it's definitely like more of a treat, but these are so pricey that I can't get rid of them. I have to just like suck it up and eat through them what I can. So that's what's gonna go back in, maybe not even in this basket because I don't think we need that much room, but let's see. Okay, so here's the basket. There's not really that much in here, but I'm thinking that I might put our Smart Sweets in here also. We have a lot of those, so they will not all fit in here. So I might have to reevaluate the basket situation. This boy is just trying to drink everything. No, okay. So this big old bag of candy is getting out of here, guys. It's just taking up space, taking up calories. We're done. It's going. It's gotta go. I have quite the hefty mess happening here, but I did go ahead and pull out the baskets on the next shelf, and it was this basket here that has our square bars, and it has square bars, some fruit snacks. You can get down. And chocolate chip cookies down here also. I have to check the expiration date on these. I do have more square bars, I think, on that shelf in the back. So I'm gonna wait on these because there's only a few in here and I can combine them with what I already have out. And then we have our Built bars as well. This is our nice little stash here. So I have a basket that I'm thinking I'm gonna put these in. And that way they'll be easier to grab when I'm making lunches or you just want a snack. And then down here, I moved our pop chips here. So I don't know if they'll stay down here, but we have 2 baskets of them because we buy them in bulk. And I bought 2 boxes the last time. So this is actually the equivalent of 1 box in both of these baskets. So we do eat these all the time, so it's definitely not gonna go to waste. We also have some pretzel thins in here. And that's it. So I'm gonna leave that guy right there for now and kind of figure out where the rest of these square bars are. This basket itself is kind of a hot mess also. Oh, there's a theme, you guys. So I think the biggest thing that I've run into lately is that I've recently gotten a bunch of boxes of cereal, and storing these is just tricky. I made Rice Krispie treats for Halloween, so that's why I have a giant box of Rice Krispies. These Fruity Pebbles I used for our pancake bites. So there's that. And then voila. Okay, so this is the little carousel that has our square bars on it and then some other chocolates here too. Also have this that I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with. There's like 2 servings left in here, so I'm just gonna put it in our vitamin cabinet. And the PB2 is really good, but we're not having protein shakes very much right now. So this is a giant container of this, but it's got to find a new home a little bit. And I do have a pack of fruit cups. This is perfect for Elias. Maybe I'll give him some of these for dinner. And then this guy's cereal, which we have not been eating either. This might honestly be stale. I'm going to check. And then figure out what to do with from there. Okay. Not stale. Pretty good. One more just for safe measures. Oh man, those were the days, Captain Crunch. We used to down this by the bucketful. I'm getting overwhelmed. Ooh, okay. I'm not sure how to categorize things. I feel like I have too many categories for the containers that I have. I knew it. Okay. Okay guys, I came up with a solution for the granola bars. They're going on this caddy, and voila! So I put most of them in here. I'm gonna take like 3 of them to work with me to keep in my little snack drawer at work. Then I also have to address these little guys over here. These are just little cartons of some treats that we've gotten from Trader Joe's. They're so good, but they're pretty high in points. One of these little mini almond butter cups is 3 points, so that's a bummer. They're so good though. So anyway, and then I have a couple of square bars that don't fit in the container. So they're gonna have to hang out on the caddy. Oh my gosh. Oh, snacks down. snacks down, people. Okay, so they're gonna have to hang out here. Maybe I'll tuck them in right here so they don't have to take up space on the little shelf. Voila. Okay, so there's that. And then I also have these miscellaneous little drink pouches or mixers that I'm gonna go ahead and put in here also. Maybe I won't, maybe I'll put them on the shelf. Maybe they'll go on the shelf, it's fine. And that's a nice little home for those. So then the rest of the shelf is pretty empty, or this bottom one at least, so that's okay. So I love this caddy because it's so easy to see what you have in here and be able to spin around really easily, but I like having it in the front, and I had moved it previously and I had a really hard time getting to it. So I'm gonna leave it in the front where it is. I think what I'm gonna put behind it is probably that basket of like trail mix and stuff, or maybe some of these drink items, because Elias can reach, I mean, he's pretty tall. He's a tall little guy. So he can pretty much reach the majority of these shelves in here. So I'm having to be very diligent with what I put in here and what I want him to have access to. A lot of this stuff, it's like fine if he like crunches it or whatever, but some of it, you know, we don't want him to be able to get his little paws on. So let's see. I also have this guy. This became really heavy. Okay, so what I'm thinking I may do is put this extra container of pop chips behind this caddy because it's just overflow right now, and we already have the snacks, the salty snacks that we want in this container here. So this is how I usually have it. I have like the current one here, and then I have the overflow one in the back. And so I might go ahead and push this one to the back also, and I can reach back there because I know it's just primarily pop chips or the pretzels. So I can reach back there and grab those pretty easily. And then I can either have these like sweet snacks up at the front. I'm losing my contact paper. No, don't do that. Okay. I can have this right up here, and I can easily see over that into that second basket. So that's a nice idea there. I also still have this basket of Smart Sweets, this little guy of popcorn and some rice cakes, and dinner that is ready. Okay guys, so I'm pretty much done with the bottom section here, and I'll give you an overview of that. But I moved up to this, which has been for the past year, probably Elias's section. So I'm condensing a bunch of his snacks. I still need to do these. These are his current favorites, the bunnies. But I have some things that I've been able to condense. So these applesauce pouches were all in a container with these baby foods, and they were all in that blue container. So I took them out, I condensed them down. He obviously is not eating baby food anymore, so I'm not sure what to do with these purees. I've got to kind of figure that out real quick. But I'm gonna put his applesauce pouches in here, and I just want to go through this guy back here also, because this is more like snacky items as well. Ugh. Yeah, that went well. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much baby food we have. But hey, he will love something for a minute and then he's totally over it and he never wants it again. So, a little frustrating, but it is what it is. Okay friends, starting on this bottom shelf, you can see half of it is empty. In this front container here, we just have some protein shakes that are like the ready to drink ones. And in the back, we have a couple of like Zevia sodas, some sparkling waters, and a couple of Fantas that we had left over from a party. And then the next shelf up, we have the Smart Sweets and candy bucket here. The next one back there has rice cakes and some pretzel thins that are like the sweeter ones. In the middle, I put our PB2 and the chocolates from Trader Joe's that are a little more fancy. And then we have this box of like trail mix and nuts and things like that. And in the back there, we have popcorn and crackers and pretzel crisps. Again, we don't use crackers or popcorn that much because they're pretty point heavy. So having that back there is a pretty good place for it. Honestly, this whole shelf is like pretty infrequently eaten things, probably with the exception of the Smart Sweets, because those are 3 points for one bag. It's a pretty good little treat. And then up here we have this basket of goodies here. So we have brownies, some fruit snacks, and then the cookies. And then this little carousel that has protein bars and some little drink mix-ins, Elias's fruit cups and applesauce, and then a couple little caramel dip containers that we have there. Sometimes we like to use those with apple slices. And then some water squeeze in, like water enhancer things there again. And then in the back, we just have 2 buckets of pop chips, which are really easy to grab when I'm making lunches in the mornings. Moving up to the next shelf, we have our Built bars, which are like our kind of protein bar of choice. They're more like a chocolate bar a little bit. They're 3 points, so they're really good if you want to get a chocolate fix. And then I have Elias's snacks. This is actually my cereal, but he likes it too. So I give him a little bit of this sometimes. But he has some Annie's Bunnies back there. He has Goldfish, Cheerios, some little like baby puffs and cheese puffs back there. He's got some cookies as well. This basket here in the front is for applesauce pouches. And then his little disposable placemats. And then this basket back here is kind of various snacks and a couple little like easy meals that are ready to go. And we just have like heat and serve, but kind of miscellaneous snack items there. These I like to have kind of ready to go in case we're trying to run out the door really fast and just need to grab a quick snack. They're already like portioned out, so we can just grab this and a snack cup and he's ready to go. This shelf up here, this is kind of our dinner shelf, as I like to call it, although it does have a couple extra items in here now. So we have pastas, rice, and then this basket back here has a couple different sides. So like a rice and beans, it has more rice back there, some lentils, cornbread, more rice. So there you go, and one package of top ramen. So that's what's in there, and then we have our container of rice as well. In the very back, we have our buttermilk pancake mix from Sam's Club that we're still working our way through. And there's a container of oatmeal back there also. So those things we don't use very often, but they are back there. We have a bag of tortilla chips and these little cheese puffs. These I just keep up here so that Elias doesn't like destroy them completely. And then a canister of popcorn, just the kernels, because again, we don't want him getting into that. And then on this side, we have some sauces and our syrup. This might be a weird spot for syrup, but we do use this pretty much every morning for our protein pancakes, so I like to have it easily accessible. And then moving up here, we've got a couple, this is kind of like the overflow, like bulk storage area. So we have a couple cereals. And then in the back here, we have a ton of just extra sauces. So barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard, a big old guy of syrup, more barbecue sauce, extra goldfish. There's like 2 bags of goldfish to replenish Elias's supply. And there's like craisins back there also. I'm not gonna like dig everything out. And then here we have our canned goods. So I really like this can organizer. I find that it works pretty well for our needs. We don't do a ton of canned foods, but I do like having things like some chilies on hand, a couple things to like make some different recipes with. So like a cream of chicken soup is good for crock pot recipes. We've got chili, which is a really easy meal, and then corn and beans that we use pretty often And then enchilada sauce as well. A lot of corn right now. Okay. So here you go. And then the beans that we use for like our burrito bowls and sides when we're having taco night and stuff like that. So that's everything in there. And these cereal boxes are so big, so this is kind of the only place they fit unless I were to put them on the top of the refrigerator, and I don't really want to do that. So there you have it. That is our pantry. Definitely have a lot more open space than we did before, and it's pretty well organized, I think, so it's really looking really good. I feel really good about it. So that is everything. Well, friends, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, let me know in a comment down below. I forgot to mention this throughout the video, but I did not spend any money on this pantry organization. All of the plastic containers are from the Dollar Tree. The round caddy is from Walmart. I believe it's about $20, but I really love it. It's super versatile, so definitely a good thing to invest in. And I think that's about it. Oh, and the little wire basket that I put our protein bars in, I had at home also. So that's all for today's video. I hope this inspires you guys and that you decide to organize a space of your own in your home for no money. If you do, let me know in a comment down below which space you're tackling, and be sure to share it with me on Instagram. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a great day.